Hey guys, Ted from Nerdarchy here. For Nerds, by Nerds, hanging out with
Nerdarchy Steve.
And today we got another GM 911 from Troy Lofton. Trey, my apologies. Trey Lofton. He's a new DM, and he's got some problems going on in his game.
But before we get to those problems, why don't you guys head down to the description and sign up for the newsletter where you can get weekly tips and learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So they recently finished a campaign arc where the great old one obsessed Warlock PC
is going to become the villain.
Is now angling to be the villain. They defeated the villain, and he had some kind of magic book, and the Warlock took it, and he ran to the hills, or he ran into hiding.
And another city starting an evil cult.
And yeah, he's trying to do some vague evil stuff with it, potentially summoning demons and the like. Well, his players really have not put forth much ideas of what they want to do to find the guy. And since he went off all shady style...
But they do want to find him.
They want to find him.
They're not sure what to do.
Right. So he wants to know how can he guide his players to be able to find this Warlock and stop him from summoning demons.
Yeah, he keeps using he kept using the term large scale
social interactions.
And at first I'm like, okay, like a big party, or the town square is full of people in the market.
Right.
You know, how does he deal with all those people? I don't know. But as he was using the terminology, we're like, I don't think that means what he thinks that means. Or we don't think that means what...
You keep using that term. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah.
This is the line you were looking for.
Or vice versa. But, what we gather is he wants to try and help guide the party to where his Warlock is, but he doesn't want to be overly direct with it. And he wants to do it through social interactions.
Well, there's a couple different ideas. I don't know what player characters are in the party. If there's anything that is divine or serving a greater power, that they
Druid, Paladin, cleric.
There could definitely be signs. Like if it's a druid.
The heavens open up.
If it's a druid, like the animals and plants aren't acting right in the area, where this Warlock is hiding out. If it's a clerik,
the crops are failing, something like that.
The crops are failing. It could be something as like, not quite like a riddle, but something pointing them there that's vague.
What about a merchant from that city is visiting this city, and perhaps they have a connection with an NPC that the players are familiar with, and they're distraught because their nephew, their son, their daughter, their spouse has become entwined with this cult, and they're concerned about their well-being, and they feel that this cult is brainwashing them. It's got nefarious purposes, and they're concerned. And it could literally be his cult.
Right.
Like you could like do something along that lines. Yeah. Sometimes like your touch doesn't have to actually be as light as you think it does.
Right.
As long as you're not forcing them to do anything.
If you're not doing like the literal I'm playing the video game where I manually pick up the guy and put him over here, you're gonna be fine. And there's sometimes even when you get really heavy-handed of go left, if the player's like, well, I don't know which way to go.
Like they could have literally receive a anonymous missive from somebody. It could be more interesting than that, though. It could be like, okay, well, perhaps a follower of the wizard that they defeated to take the book from originally is like, oh man, they don't want him to enact whatever he's going to enact because they want to do it. So they're like pointing the party towards the direction of the book and the person, hoping that they'll deal with the problem for him,
so he can get the book.
Yeah, so he can swoop in at the last minute and take the book.
Now, another option, you could totally. Since this character has obviously gone from PC to not quite PC, the madness of whatever he's delving into could, raise his ego, and he himself could send them, a message, so that he's going to raise these demons, and by the time they get there, these demons are going to be here, and they're going to stomp all over them. So he's literally issuing a challenge. Come to your deaths.
It could be, or you could do like if he's saying that this that it's a pack of the old one. Warlock, and I think he used the word crazy or delusional or something like that. What if the part of him that used to travel with the party like splintered off into its own personality, and like sends out like a cry for help, or something interesting like that that'll bring the party in that direction.
And that could actually be a really good way for them to save their friend and possibly
redeem the character,
so that they can actually still keep the group together. That's actually really good
if
idea.
you wanted to go down that route, or there's really so many different things you could do to point them in this direction. The weird happenings on someone reaching out to them, an NPC cleric paladin druid could actually have the visions and contact the party if they're involved with this in this city here, and they're just some like off the top of our heads. Yeah.
So I'm certain you guys out there have some awesome ideas of how to help this group find this crazy warlock. Put your thoughts and comments down below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
While you're at it, go check us out at nerdarchy.com.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.